Personal pronouns. General. Personal pronouns have subject and object forms. Personal pronouns, subject and object forms. Subject I, object me. Subject you, object you. Subject he, she, it, one. Object him, her, it, one. He, him, she, her, it, one, one. We, us, they, them. The subject forms of personal pronouns most typically act as the subject of a clause. For example, I met a cousin of mine. We are late again. The object forms of personal pronouns most typically act as the object, direct and indirect, or complement in a clause, or as the complement of a preposition. For example, I invited them. Here them is the direct object. I give him the map. Give him the map. Here him is the indirect object. That's her. She is wearing the black beret. Here her is the complement in a clause. I left it to them. Them here is complement of a preposition. Personal pronouns indicate person, number, and gender. You is used for singular and plural reference. Only be, him, she, her express gender contrasts. For example, personal pronouns person, number, and gender. I, subject, me, object, first person, number, singular, gender, subject you, object you, person second, number singular or plural. Subject he, object him, person third, number singular, gender masculine. Subject she, object her, person third, number singular, gender feminine. It, subject, it, object, third person, number singular. One subject, one object, always generic person, always generic number. We, subject, us, object, first person, number, plural. They, subject, them, object, person third, number, plural. Personal pronouns are most typically used for backward anaphoric reference. For example, the manager phoned me back. He was extremely apologetic. Occasionally, a personal pronoun may be used to refer forward Categorically, such uses are common in openings to written stories. For example, she was walking along a tree-lined suburban road, unaware of what was about to befall her. Gillian Dawson had never been very aware of the people around her. Me. I and me refer to the speaker or writer. On the phone, hi Ken, it's me. Bob, can I speak to Hillary? Speaker. In this paper, I challenge the dominant understanding of autonomy as individualism. Writer. You. You does not distinguish between singular and plural reference, but in context, the reference is usually clear. Do you want some more tea, Paul? Singular reference. Host to group of dinner guests. Would you come to the table now, please? Plural reference. You refers most frequently to the immediate addressee or addressees, but it can also refer more generally to any potential listener or listeners or readers or reader. This is especially so in advertising texts and public notices. You can also have generic reference to people in general, including the speaker or writer. Would you all follow me, please? Listener. Slogan of the British National Lottery. It could be you. Any individual addressee could be a winner. They do these throwaway cameras. They're about £8. You can get a panoramic one, and you can get a sort of party one with a flash, and you can get in underwater one. Generic reference. He, him, she, her, they, them. In general, he, him, or she, her are only used to refer to humans or animals. In traditional formal usage, he or him may occur with reference to both sexes. Increasingly, however, gender-neutral pronoun forms are preferred, such as subject forms he or she, they or in writing he or she or he, object forms him or her, them. For example, a judgment by an Australian court which curtailed the powers of Senate committees prodded the Senate into reform. Now anyone who believes he has been injured by a senator's words can ask to have a response written into the Senate's records. traditional formal usage. Any student who thinks she or he has been unfairly treated can appeal. Preferred neutral usage. The use of they or them is particularly common when the reference involves words such as person, someone, anyone. It is also used gender reference. How can you expect a person to remember what they were doing 5 years ago? Preferred neutral usage in more informal contexts. From the section on will, a rare use of will is in declarative clauses which command someone to do something or insist that they do something. It is used to refer to things as well as to anything which is not obviously either a he or she. For example, the aerial on your car is broken off. Look at it. Ships, planes, vehicles, and other machines, for example, steam engines, and countries are sometimes referred to by people within the relevant field with a feminine pronoun. However, such usage is considered inappropriate by many people. For example, she is the finest yacht I have ever sailed. How long have you been flying her? In very formal styles, countries may be referred to with she or her. Again, such usage is considered inappropriate by many people. For example, in 1783, France regained Senegal, which she had lost at the conclusion of the 7 Years' War. More commonly, it is used for countries and machines. Like most European countries, France imports more food than it exports. It has proved in tests to be a quieter plane than the DC-10. It is also used as an empty pronoun in anticipatory structures and in reference to the weather and the time, as well as more general reference to situations. For example, it's nice that you were able to come. Anticipatory referred to that you were able to come in is nice. For example, it's raining again. It's getting late. We are going to have to pay all over again. It's crazy. One is rare in modern usage, especially in speech, and is confined to formal styles. It may refer to people in general, including the speaker or writer, or more rarely as an oblique reference to the speaker or writer, but excluding the listener or reader. For example, description of the facilities offered by a hotel. Table tennis is an offer, and one can also hire bicycles. I don't know whether there are any aspects of the countryside that I don't like. Occasionally there are horrible smells. Well, one doesn't like that. But on the whole, I like it. Oblique reference to the speaker. We or us. We, us may be used to refer to different groups of people. The speaker or writer or writers, and the listener or listeners, reader or readers. For example, shall we have lunch outside? Yes, great idea. The speaker or writer or writers and a third party or parties, but excluding the listener or reader. We are having some friends around on Saturday. Would you like to join us? Oh, thanks. Yes. What time? People in general, generic, we. I'm sounding like communist now, but we should all have the same housing. We are all equal. It's said that there are these divisions. We is sometimes used with singular reference, especially by people in authority, for example, by teachers to children or by medical staff when addressing patients. For example, how are we today, Mr. McLean? Still got chest pains. Meaning, how are you today, Mr. McLean? They, them. They is used to refer to a specific group of people, animals, or things, or generically with vague reference to wider groups of people, bodies, institutions, authorities, etc., which include the speaker. For example, tell your brother and sister they are always welcome to come and stay. Would love to see them. Specific group of people. The M25 is a motorway around London. They are going to widen the M25. Generic reference to a body or authority. Here the highways agency.